Welcome to the Morning Brew with your girl Germaine, and it's coffee break time. But guess what else it is today? It is Authors Brew Friday, and I am so excited because I have with me Ageless Glamour Girls visionary. Yes, she is the visionary behind this powerful movement, beauty, brilliance, and bold. And she is here with us today to talk about her new book, part two coming out, okay, of Ageless Glamour Girls. Well, let me just talk a little bit about who she is and why I'm excited. Because you know what? When I called, she said yes. And I know that took a lot, but she's going to share with you why yes is so important for her in this day and time, okay? So today we have Marqueeta Curtis-Haynes in studio with us. Now, bear with me. We were a little late because, as I always say, my internet, it always wants to act crazy during this time. But you know what? We're here and we're going to fight right through this. So before we get started, what are you guys drinking? I have my coffee today. And I know my screen may be freezing up a little, but I just need you to stay in here while it regulates a little, okay? But we have Marqueeta Curtis-Haynes in studio with us. She is the visionary behind Ageless Glamour Girls. And you know what? She's going to bring to you, we're going to talk about her first book. And like I said, this is girls coming together, Ageless Glamour Girls coming together to talk about book one, which was a bestseller for her. And she's getting ready to do book two, and you could be a part of it. But you know what? Let me just bring her in the studio and then we'll get into all the goods. Hold on one second. Let me have her join in with us.
Good morning.
She's coming in. Hold on. Good. I hear you. Hold on one second. As I've been saying, we've been having slightly technical difficulties, but there she is with her Ageless Glamour Girl t-shirt on. I love it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
I wore mine the
Good
other day.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good
How
morning.
are you?
I am good. I'm good. I just thought about my
Good morning.
great niece, my great niece Kennedy. Her good morning song, which I can't think of what it is right now, but her little good morning song that she sings. But if I remembered it, had I remembered it, you guys would have witnessed me singing that song. It's the cutest little song. Anyway, I'm so happy to be
You
here,
would be
Germaine.
serenading us all. Okay.
The good morning song.
Listen, I am so glad. Can you hear me okay? Because
Yes,
I
I can hear
know
you
I keep
fine.
freezing
You're
up my
freezing up
internet. Are you able?
intermittently. You're freezing
Okay,
up,
great.
but I can hear you.
Now I have to figure this out because I know this is going to be a powerful conversation today because you know what? There are so many women out there that's getting ready to hit the age of 50. And it's like some women may even feel like life is over. Girl, they need to be in on this conversation because guess what? You have a lot to share with us about this movement,
Yeah.
Ageless Glamour Girls.
Yes, I
Look
do.
at
So
you.
happy to be so happy to be here.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a little. Okay. And I am so sorry that I keep seeing myself freeze up. But yes, I just want to shout out, hey, Dr. T, good morning. Thank you for joining in on Morning Brew. Thank you that you can hear us. Okay, good. So listen, Marqueeta, I'm going to just pull your book.
Mhm.
This is the first one, volume one, Ageless Glamour Girls Reflections on Aging. And this is an Amazon bestseller.
Woo
So,
woo. Oh, thank
first
you,
of all,
everybody.
let's
Thank
talk
you.
about
Thank you.
before we get into the book, let's talk about the movement. How did you even come up with Ageless Glamour Girls? I absolutely love the name.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, my mother, my late mother, who is the inspiration behind everything. You know what they say, the older we get, the smarter our parents get. Well, my mother, she was on it years ago. She was one of those people who it's like she told my younger sister and I don't care if you're taking the trash outside, you make sure your hair's combed. She was one of those. So anyway, as I got older, um, I started paying more attention to little things here and there. And she always taught us and raised us, beauty is skin deep. And you've heard these phrases, beauty is as beauty does, right? Act ugly,
Mhm.
all that. She never used that phrase, that term, though, ugly. Now that I think about it. And I remember, I think I was like 9 or 10, 11. She called me every once in a while. She would call me Glamour Girl. She had several nicknames for me, but at one point she started calling me Glamour Girl, and it just stuck. She was a staunch career woman and a mother and a wife. She raised 3 kids with the help of the tribe, led by my grandmother, Mama Ruby, and yeah, so
Oh.
she always like this, and hit those books, be a lady, hit the books, be a lady, be strong, be independent, all of that. And so she was the inspiration behind the brand. But the thing that really added to that was when I started on the journey, and hot flashes started coming, the power surges, and my mother, like a lot of mothers of that era, we didn't talk about the birds and the bees, So of course, when menopause rolled around, I really didn't know a lot about it. It just wasn't out there the way it is today. Thank God it's out there today. But all I know is like my mascara wouldn't stay on, and I'm like, what the heck? I need something. I need to find out that perfect mascara that's going to stay on during these power surges. And so from there, it went, it launched a lot of different uh, elements to that, I should say. And then a couple of years later, um, I remember seeing this
Mhm.
spare
Mhm.
tire that appeared across around my waistline. I'm like, what the hell is that? What the hell is going on? I really didn't know the connection to menopause and all that stuff. And so and that was
Oof.
that. Oh, and I have to tell you this. I grew up in a cul-de-sac, right? And so when I was younger,
Okay.
like 12, 13, I remember seeing the women in the neighborhood, uh, you know, they all of a sudden they started gaining weight. Even the smaller ones, they started gaining weight in their midsection. And I remember thinking to myself, when I get married, I'm not going out like that.
Listen, talk about it.
Ignorance ignorance is bliss, right? It's like, who knew? I didn't know. I didn't know. So that was the start of Ageless Glamour Girls. Now it's just evolved from there because I'm all about empowering and celebrating women. And that's why, on my podcast, I love my Ageless Chat Fest. We'll have 3 or 4 women on there talking stuff, and then I'll also bring on experts, and
Yes.
non-quote experts, someone who has a story to share that I know that will benefit other ageless glamour girls on what we call this ageless aging journey. And yes, I'm a talker, Germaine, so I'm going to let you jump back in.
No, you know what? Listen, I'm glad that you are a talker to be able to really allow people to come into your space, get an idea of how and why the movement Ageless Glamour Girls. Honestly, for me, turning 50, it was immediately working with you. I'm like, okay, I'm an Ageless Glamour Girl. It gives you a whole different mindset of how you look
Mhm,
at yourself.
mhm,
Because like I
mhm.
said, most time people feel like 50, okay, it's the halfway mark. Life is going to go downhill from there. But let me tell you, your first book, the spiciest co-author in your first book was how old?
I want to say 80.
She was in her
She's
80s.
she's up there. I don't say her age out loud, but because
She was
like
in her
she says, age is
80s.
just a number. But yes, my oldest, Sandy Badasha. Love her. Love her.
Love her.
I love all of my co-authors, by the way.
Let me tell you, but her story was the spiciest out of all. And it was so inspiring because
Yes,
you know what? There is life after 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. There's life.
exactly. Let's see where. Oh, here's Sandy right
That's
here.
her number one on the back cover.
Here is Sandy. That's my girl, Sandy.
I
Yes,
love
yes,
it.
spicy. Yeah, the spiciest chapter, without
And
question.
you know what's so interesting is
Mhm.
that even the vision behind you starting and being able to give this platform to women, Ageless Glamour Girls, to be able to share their stories in this anthology book, the first book. It was a success for all of them because when it hit during Christmas time, your book came out during Christmas. And so
Yes.
when it became a bestseller, it was like the gift that kept giving during
Mhm,
that year.
mhm, mhm, mhm. And I love that, and the reviews on the book are just phenomenal because it's
Yes.
so relatable. These
Yes.
women, I mean, when you look at the various chapters that are in the book, the coming of age, becoming a grandmother for the first time, sexual abuse and how that shapes, get moving through childhood trauma. And there's Sandy's chapter, Aging My Way. And then Melinda's chapter, Finding My Joy. You better find your joy. You better
Yes.
find your joy. Study after study talks about the importance of finding your joy, you know, um,
Definitely.
as we age. And another favorite chapter is, well, they're all favorite chapters, I should say. Karen's chapter is all about
Mhm.
finding community. And the title of her chapter is The Antidote to Aging is Belonging. Man, when you think about that,
Mm.
all of the studies that are coming out talk about the importance of community as you move through
Definitely.
this process. As I call
Definitely.
it, transformative, inspirational, challenging. Yeah, heck yeah, can be
It
challenging,
is.
but
It
revolving and the journey, the ageless aging journey. So you need help with that. You need community. Some of the other chapters,
definitely.
oh my gosh, Dion, the unicorn, a journey of grace, healing, and rarity, and that's when she talked about her childhood trauma. So much of
Yes.
these chapters, so many women can relate to. Lynn, Lynn, you are not alone dealing with grief and loss. So timely, right? Cheryl, my grand journey. It's like becoming a grandmother for the first time. She's like, I'm too
And
young to become a
also,
grandmother. What's this business? What is this
Mar
grandmother stuff of which
Marquita,
you speak,
you
right?
also
And then
had
Maria,
a
life lessons on
chapter
observation of a
in
mother,
there.
Marion's
Mhm.
butterflies evolving.
You
Um,
also had a chapter. Yes.
mhm, yeah. Oh, you're frozen again.
Stroke
So I'm just
chapter. Yes.
there you are. Would you
I
say I also had a
know.
chapter what?
I know. I'm so sorry.
Where were you? Uh-oh. I
So
think you're
nope. Can you hear me?
Yes, your
I am
video is a little
so
jagged,
sorry.
but
Okay.
I can hear you.
Ah, I am so sorry because your interview, or I don't even like calling it an interview. Your conversation is so near and dear because there's so many things that we as ageless glamour girls
Mhm.
really can talk about amongst ourselves. You mentioned something
Right,
earlier talking about menopause.
right, right,
Look,
right. Yeah,
woo,
and it all begins
woo.
with menopause, right? It all begins with menopause.
Oh
You know
my
what?
gosh.
It seems like I read recently, and of course, I can't remember what state it is that incorporated menopause as part of their health plan or something, which I can't remember the details. But that is something that every health plan in every state should look into because it's real. It's like when I started going through menopause, here again, I didn't have a lot of information, but I felt so bad for my husband because I had apologized. I apologized to him at one point because it was like, I don't know who that person was. I really don't know who that person was. And it was truly Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. Oh my God. I was like, what was that all about?
Absolutely.
What? And so now you move through it, you start with the peri, then you're into the throes, the deep throes of it. And then you're kind of, on the other side with the post. And for some women, it lasts longer than for others. And thankfully, there's so much out there today that can help you move through this, with the hormone replacement therapy, whether you're a fan of that or not, it's out there and it helps a lot of women. I did it back in the day, and it was amazing. that the spare tire started going down, and the hot flashes started subsiding. I was like, party, party. Girl, let me tell you, I never will forget it. I had a job interview. Um, yeah, a job interview when I was going through it. And yeah. So I'm in the interview with it was a young man, right, doing the questioning, and all of a sudden it hit in the job. And we've all have those stories like you're on a date or you're in the middle of something and it hits. But a job interview, and all of a sudden it just and I was like, oh, and this is in Florida, right? So I'm like, wow, this humidity, this Florida heat is something else, isn't it? Like, and to this day, when I see that, if I ever see him again, I'm gonna ask him, did he know what was going on? And I'm sure he did. Um, yeah, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, yeah, back then, So thankfully, there's so much that we can do today, you know, um, nutrition
Definitely.
wise and supplemental wise that can help us control more of it. But it's tough being a woman. It's tough being a woman, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
It is.
I love being a woman. But yeah,
It
we go through it.
it
We go
is
through it. We're
tough.
strong, baby. We're strong.
That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. Well, you have some great news that you're going to be sharing in this moment with what's coming next for Ageless Glamour Girls.
Oh
So,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's not a secret.
Yeah, yeah. Some of you know that I am working on launching volume 2. Yes, yes. I'm so excited. This should have been done 6 months ago, but life happens and it's okay. And I'm giving myself grace. I'm giving myself grace. But volume 2, so we're in the process of
Yes, definitely.
speaking to other women, about becoming one of our co-authors. Bam, bam, here we are. So you too can be in part of this for volume 2. Oh, let me tell you, I have to share one of my co-authors. I just love them. One of my co-authors, I remember um, somebody saying that I've always wanted to write a book. I've always wanted to write a book, and so this way, being a co-author, in this anthology, I can stick my foot or toe in the water and test the waters. And now she's like, "Oh, I have to do my own book now." Yeah, and then someone else mentioned that they look forward to having the book at homes and putting it on a coffee table. So when the grandkids come over, they can pick up the book and say, hey, grandma wrote a book. And here she is. Her picture is actually inside the book. And so, yeah, I love that part of it, giving voice to a lot of women who have so much to offer and who can help others along this ageless aging journey. And that's what it's all about, empowering other women. And if you look at the reviews on Amazon, people talk about the relatability. It comes back to relatability and inspirational. And so now, women, once you turn 50 and then you go up and up and up, come on, we have some stories to share.
Mhm, mhm. Do
Someone,
we?
yes, someone, called me like the other day and they're like, oh, what would I write about? I don't know what to write. My life is boring. I'm like, nobody's life is boring. You're living. You are living. You're
That's right.
working or not, or early retirement or whatever. You're a grandmother or not. You're a wife or not. Whatever. You
Absolutely.
have a story to share, and it will inspire others, no matter what that story is. And then somebody else
Absolutely.
called me, oh my God, I'm not a writer. I'm like, stop it. You have a mind, right? Write your
It's
mind, write your heart.
ah, that's good. That's
Right. You don't
right.
have to be a writer. I'm like,
Absolutely.
come on, just write like you talk. Just share your story. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
No
share
one's
an
judging
experience.
your experience.
Absolutely.
And you
Absolutely.
never know who your story might touch. So I'm very excited about it. And it's slated to come out the first week of March. Woo, Women's History
Yes,
Month.
Women's Month.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And I look forward to introducing to you guys, introducing all of the co-authors to you, like we did the first round with all our live hits, Q&As, where you can meet them digitally. And we're going to take it a step further for this book. So I'm looking forward to it, just like the brand itself,
Definitely.
empowering and celebrating and entertaining women over 50. And I think you mentioned, or I mentioned, there's a podcast, there's an
Talk about it.
anthology,
Yes.
we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I just did a TikTok post last week. It was very corny. It was corny as hell, but I can be really corny, but it
Listen,
was so
be you.
it's who I am, and I love authenticity, and that's what it's all about.
Definitely.
This is who you get. I am who I am, and
I love it. I love the
I'm
bubbly
not going to
personality.
change. I mean, why should you? Why should I change? Why should we change? And I have to tell you something also, Germaine.
Mhm.
When you came to me, Germaine, let me tell you, Germaine and I have a mutual friend, Charles Williams. He's a podcast producer. He and I have won a couple,
Emmys.
couple of Emmys together, I think. We started together at CBS in New York years ago. I came from St. Louis station. He came from the Texas station, and we've worked on several projects together. But
Mhm.
he was doing something about 2 or 3 years ago, and he's like, "Oh, I need your help recording something." I'm like, "Okay," and then he recorded. And he's like, "Oh my!" You said you said you thought about doing a podcast. Like, yeah, I thought about it. He says you should do a podcast, and I can help you. And I'm like, okay. And then a couple of years later, about a year later, he introduced me to Germaine, not in person, but just, hey, you should meet Germaine, whatever. And she contacted me. She's like, I love your brand. You should do an anthology. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? And this is how I roll now. Partially, well, more than partially, I thank Chandra Rhimes for this. And it's so
Yes.
weird. You know Chandra Rhimes, right?
Yes. Scandal.
Yes, Scandal. Oh my gosh. Sandra wrote a book, I think, 10 years ago, as a matter of fact, I believe. Yeah, 10 years ago. And it was called A Year of Yes. And full disclosure, I did not read the book, but I did read a lot about the book and the excerpts. But I got the message.
Definitely.
And it was like, stop keeping yourself in the shadows, accept stuff. When people invite you to something, do it. And so when getting back to the Charles story with the podcast, I'm like, you want to do a podcast? I'm like, sure, why not? Let's do it. And then with Germaine, you want to do, you should do a book. I'm like, sure, why not? And then when she asked me to do this live, I'm like, sure, why not? Even though that means I'm gonna have to comb my hair, which I'm not a big hair comber, but here I am, and here again, it is what it is. We are who we are. And that's one of the beautiful things about getting older, right? It's like,
Yes.
oh, this is me. I am who I am. I am who I am.
Yes.
And as you get older, of course, you say no more. You do. That's a very powerful word. No, I'm not
Listen,
going to do it. Nah.
that's
But on the
it.
other hand, when it's stuff that lights up your soul, not saying that some of those no's won't light up your soul, but when stuff really lights up your soul, I'm like, yes, I'll do that. So anyone, you want me to do something, call
Yeah.
me. Oh, call me, text me, whatever. Info at agelessglamourgirls.com. So
My
we can
shirt.
talk. But
My
we're gonna
shirt says yes.
What'd you say? Oh my God.
My shirt says yes, Marqueeta.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I forgot about the chat.
Yes.
My shirt said, oh, nice. Speaking of shirts. Okay, sorry. I am a
No, but you know what?
I'm a promoter.
My shirt says yes. Like you said,
Wait a
this is the
minute.
year of yes.
Year of yes. Got it. There
That's
it
right.
is. I see it
The year
now.
of yes.
Yes. Year of yes. And why not? One of my things I love to say is this is no time for modesty.
That's
So
it.
I'm like,
The
I'm
year
out
of
there.
yes.
A year of yes. I embarrass myself occasionally, but that's okay. It's so funny. My sister and I, she's 4 years younger than I am. We're kind of opposite a little bit. Like, you have to drag her to put on some lipstick. Just put a little bit of lipstick, But anyway, so she's so funny. When I am ready to post something that's like, oh, I'll say, hey, Marcia, what do you think of this? I'll send it to her. She's like, oh, no, don't post that. Don't post that. I'm like, okay, thanks. Boom, post it. Because it's like, when she says no, I say yes. I love you, Marsha. I love you, Marsha. So yeah, I did a post, like I said, last week on TikTok where I was out there and I was sitting around. I'm like, oh my God, I really need to go walking, even though it's cloudy out, blah, blah, blah. So I went out there and it started raining. And so I filmed the little raindrops because I love creating stuff. Yeah, that's who I am. I love creating stuff. And then I started singing a song. Um, I, of course, I don't remember the song, but I started singing the song. And so I sat out in my car and I went on TikTok and I edited the piece, edited it together. And I was just so proud of myself. On another, third party platform, I edited something together really quickly. And when I tell you it was corny because I started with a pan of the raindrops hitting the water. And I said something about, why, of course, a little rain doesn't hurt, doesn't keep me from doing my morning walk or something corny. And then I said something on camera. And then I ended, I think, with some more video of water. When I tell you it was corny. But it's okay because I am embracing me and I'm enjoying living life out loud. And that's what I try to encourage other women to do, to live your life bold, beautifully, brilliantly, because that's what happens once you turn 50. You have this sense of freedom, this sense of, I got this sense of, here we go, let's do this. And you can begin to sigh a little bit better,
Yes.
exhale and just and love where you are. And I remember years ago, this guy I used to work with, this editor, he looked at me, he's like, are you happy all the time? I'm like, no, I'm not happy all the time. But if I came in here with my all mad all the time, when I was a kid, my mother used to tell me, I would always stick my bottom lip out when I would get mad, like a lot of kids. And I remember she says, if you don't take that lip in, it's going to be like that for the rest of your life. And I thought about that guy when he says, you're happy all the time. I'm like, no, I'm not happy. Life can be really, really tough and challenging. But if I post it, I mean, I'm trying to work on my posts. I'm trying to be more consistent, but I just can't stress enough. Find your joy. And I know we can find our joy in little bitty places. Like I mentioned, the raindrops for me, you know, a butterfly, not a gecko, not a gecko in the house. I'm in Florida, no geckos. That does not bring me joy. It brings my husband joy, but not me. But being around friends, a new tube of lipstick. I don't know if you guys saw my recent post where I did the lipstick thing for National Lipstick Day, which should be a federal holiday, by the way. A new tube of lipstick, joy for me. Painted toenails, joy for me. Um, me smiling at a kid in a store and them smiling back at me, joy for me. So you just got to find your joy in any way possible. And you know the deal. You know the deal, Germaine, and anyone who's on the call. It doesn't take much. A joy for me is cleaning off the counter and my husband not putting anything on it for an hour. That's joy. That's joy. I'm serious. Okay, that's joy for me. So just find your joy, and I just want to say to my followers and the women in my life, you guys, my lovies. Thank you so much. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Thanks for showing up in the Ageless Cafe. I don't know if I mentioned the Ageless Cafe. That's the chat arm. I call that the chat arm of Ageless Glamour Girls. It's a private Facebook group. Come on over. Um, and thanks for people who download and listen to and support the podcast, which we're going to relaunch either this next week or the week after. I promise. People have been asking me, when are we going to relaunch? And just thanks for showing up. Thanks for the wonderful women who took the time and saw the love and being in our first book. And thanks to Pat Battle. Some of you guys know Pat Battle, weekend anchor at WNBC in New York City. She wrote the foreword. And then that's our bonus chapter. And then she wrote her own chapter, right, Germaine? She wrote her own chapter.
She did.
And we're like, thank you.
I was so thankful she wanted to be in the book. Absolutely.
I'm like, yes. And she wrote about the Ageless Glamour Girls who influenced her, along the way. And just think about it, ladies. Ageless. I mean, the women in your life the women, we all learn from each other, and we have to support each other. We better support each other.
That's right.
We better support each other. And because we have so much to offer. And that's why, I love talking to women of all ages. I will soon hopefully launch my Ageless Glamour Girls Rising, for those young warriors. I just love them. I call them youngins. And sometimes I'll ask them, I'm like, are you offended by that word youngin? And they're like, no, I love that. I'm like, okay. Because that, to me, that's a term of endearment. By the way, a
Definitely.
sidebar, in one of my recent jobs in the past 5 years, someone reported me to HR because I referred to her as a youngin.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. But anyway, Ageless Glamour Girls Rising, because it's not
Okay.
too soon. It's never too soon to know what lies ahead. And that's what I love about the Ageless Cafe too. We have women in there of all ages. It's mostly, of course, women over 50, but we also have
Mhm.
women of all ages. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we might have uh Ageless Glamour Girl Rising who's really, really close to 50 in volume 2 of the book. And you know who you
Yes.
are. And you know who you are. She's
Yes.
phenomenal. So again, I know. See, I told you all I'm a talker.
No,
You know,
listen,
it's who I am. I'm
Marqueeta,
sorry. I'm not
I
sorry,
am
but
so glad that you carried this morning brew today because
oh
behind
my
the
God, were
scenes,
you supposed to ask more questions? Oh my God, I
no,
forgot it's your show.
listen,
Oh my God.
listen, no, do not apologize. I am so happy because behind the scenes, for all of you out there, I have really been having some technical difficulties with my internet. So she has been the perfect guest to be on Authors Brew Friday today because she could carry a show. Hey, she has her own podcast that y'all need to check out. Okay. Go
Oh,
back and, it's Ageless. What's the podcast? So they'll know.
The Ageless Glamour Girls podcast.
That's it. Make sure y'all go and check out some of her interviews. But you have been the perfect guest today because otherwise they would have just been listening to nothing with my screen shaking and freezing up. So thank you
and,
so much.
and I did know because we were trying to get on. And
Yes,
so I said, okay, I'll just help her out of this. Every time I look over
you
there and
have.
see something going weird, I'll do that. And thanks again for being my publisher and seeing that vision and bringing it to life for me. And again, volume 2, we're working on volume 2.
Yes, we are.
There's some
And wait a
deadlines
minute.
coming up.
There is
And
not a lot. Listen, there's a lot of women that are at the table, very interested. My advice is lock your chapter in immediately
mhm,
because it
mhm,
might be closed soon.
mhm. And I'm so excited when you see the women who have already signed on the dotted line.
Yes,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, rather, whatever. They
they're
are
coming.
phenomenal. All women are
Yes,
phenomenal. All women are phenomenal. I'm just saying.
that's it.
But so yeah, volume 2. Um, reach out to me at info@agelessglamourgirls.com, info@agelessglamourgirls.com, or reach out to Germaine at
Yes, at I'm gonna put it up on the screen, but you know what? I'm also gonna put it in the threads, and this will um also this will be made available for anyone to go back to play it, to listen and get the information as well. But let
mhm.
me see if I can just add it if you are interested and you want to know how to uh, uh all right. If you are interested and want to know how you can go ahead and get started, Marquita, let me give them your email, which is info at
Mhm.
ageless.
Glamourgirls.com. Mhm. Mhm. Uh-oh, she's frozen, so I'll just
Okay.
jump in there.
Yes.
info@agelessglamourgirls plural.com. And yeah, and
Okay.
would love to have you join us. And wow, we have some marketing plans. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I mentioned earlier, this is no time for modesty. So I have to show this Ageless Glamour Girls t-shirt, Ageless Glamour Girls,
Mhm.
bold, beautiful, brilliant, coming soon. I swear it has to come soon because I'll be in big trouble if it doesn't come soon. Within a week within a week, you'll be able to, get this if you want it. Of course, you can get the book on Amazon. Stay tuned. Our co-authors are spanning across the U.S. They're going to be doing their own things. They're already doing their own things. Book signings. At bookstores. At senior citizen communities, which is a great place. And thank you, that Phyllis, to put that in there. So yeah. So keep an eye out for volume 2 in March. In the meantime, announcement of the book. But if you want to be a part of that book, info at agelessglamourgirls.com. And thank you so much, guys. And don't forget, again, like Germaine mentioned, the podcast, we cover everything. Oh my God, we have so many good shows that you go to right to YouTube. Everything is at Ageless Glamour Girls, at Ageless Glamour Girls. If you have any questions about TikTok or anything, just remember at Ageless Glamour Girls. But yeah, YouTube. I love YouTube. Please subscribe to the show, to the podcast, and to our YouTube channel, and follow us all over the place, and follow Germaine. Okay, Germaine, I'm done. I'm done, Germaine. I'm done, Germaine. Where are you? Come back. Uh-oh. I hope she's not having technical issues. Does this mean I can keep talking? Because I will.
Yes. Okay. So I'm coming back. I'm coming back, and we are going to close it, bring it to a close.
And what a good Friday.
I'm still frozen, but I know my audio is still coming across. My audio is still coming across. Yes. So once again, thank you so much. I know I'm freezing up, but hopefully you can still hear me. And yes. Marqueeta, I cannot thank you enough for being the ageless glamour girl queen that you are, to embrace us, to really carry this Authors Brew Friday for me today. I will figure out what's internet during this time. But thank you so much. And you know what? You know how we do? We sip slow. So lean in and pour into purpose. And make sure, if you are interested, make sure you hit Marqueeta up and at info at agelessglamourgirls.com if you want to share your story. Remember, there's a limited amount of slots, so first come, first serve. And my advice is lock in. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for sticking with us through the ups and downs.
Yeah. Love and appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Marqueeta.
Thank you.
And we are out.